Hi everyone! I hope you all are doing great. I apologize again. I have not been on in a while. And everything's been fine. Everything's been great. It's just, I knew when I came to this spot that I would not have good internet, and I don't. And I didn't see any sense in doing a video. But I realized it's been a couple weeks, so I thought I'd give it a shot. Now, whether you guys will get it here in the next couple days, I don't know, because it's really hard to upload anything here. I mean, I could go into town, but I'm not the type. I know other YouTubers do that. I'm just not the type to sit around and twiddle my thumbs in town uploading things. So, you'll get it sometime. And but I thought I'd catch up on what's going on. I was going to give you a fantastic view of the desert. Oh, look at that. You can't see it, can you? It's really hard to get a good spot for lighting in the Scamp. Unless I do it real early in the morning, I'm just screwed. It's, I'm moving this thing all over the place. And this is, right now, the only place you can halfway see me, so. But you have a fantastic view of the vinyl on my walls. Isn't that pretty? It works for me. I put it on all four corners because they were starting to scratch. And they stopped. I know it looks tacky. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of back in the 60s and 70s when old people used to put plastic over their furniture. So this is kind of retro. It works. They're not doing it. I know some people suggested like putting strips of carpet and things like that. I've had cats a long time. I don't want them to even think those walls are okay to scratch on. That's why I didn't do that. It's a psychology. I'm trying to get into their little kitty minds here. And I don't want them to, I don't want to have to deal with it at all. I don't want them to, if something happened to the carpet, it fell off, they would just start on the walls again. Or they would go around the carpet. Or, you know how cats are. I think you do. Anyway, I didn't want to do that. The plastic works. We're sticking with the plastic. So cool. Okay, so it's been a while. I thought I'd catch you up in relation to the whole limited cell service. And when I say I have limited cell service here, I can get texts and send texts, kind of, and emails. But I can't really talk on the phone to anybody. And what happened was, and some are asking, I think Donna asked, Jeff is still having issues, and I don't want to get into all the issues he's still having, but he is still having issues. And I have spent the last week trying to get hold of his doctor, and I can't even call her unless I go into town, and she can't call me. I won't get a phone call here, so it took a week. Finally, I sent her emails and everything, so she had pictures of Jeff's mouth and everything. Anyway, long story short, and like I said, I don't want to get into all that, but she's put him on another high dose of steroids. What do you do? Okay, so, how am I doing with towing? I've got these written down so I don't forget. How am I doing with towing the Scamp? I was really nervous the first time. I've never towed anything before. It kind of freaked me out a little bit until I got her out on the highway. And when I got out on the highway, smooth sailing. It's not a problem. I don't even realize she's back there. It took maybe by the third day I was in love with towing her. I know she's going to stay, but I know she's going to be with me. She's going to stay with me, So, she's cute. What can I say? Yeah, I just really like having her back there, and it's my home. Also, I was a little worried about hitching, because, the van, I've never done this stuff before. Yeah, I don't have any problems. Hey, it ended up being a non-issue. I just hitch her right up with not any issues at all. I mean, it takes a couple times, but, it's not a problem. So that's cool. The other thing, and I don't back the Scamp up well at all. And we were expecting that, right? My niece insisted I go out into a parking lot before I ever left town, which I did. literally on the day I left, I went to my storage area, it's a huge parking lot, and I got it down from 20 minutes to back around into a space. I got it down to 5 or 6 minutes, and I can sometimes do it in 4 or 5. Not real comfortable with it. I feel like I'm just on the cusp of understanding how the process works. I mean, it's just right there. But so far I haven't run into a place where I needed to back up. I did go to my brother's, and normally I just drive into his driveway, and this time I stayed at a park right by his house because there's no way. He has a narrow driveway and it's uphill, and a long way uphill, and there was no way I could back the Scamp in there, so we just didn't even go there. Next time, hopefully, when I see my brother, I can just back her right up. It would be cheaper that way for me. Okay, so that will come in time. Let's see. Okay, I wanted to talk about, and you know, I would show you around this place and everything, but you know, I've been here before. There's nothing to show you. It's winter time. Most of the time I'm spending in here. I go out and hike a little bit, but really I can't show you anything because there's just, it's cold. And I don't want to make this, look, it's long already. I can't, because I can't shut up. I just keep talking. So, I better hurry. Okay, so what I wanted to tell you guys is I kind of wanted to tell you what I'm up to here as far as what I'm doing in New Mexico. This is what I consider my home state now. But there is a lot. There's all the south of Mexico. I have not been to the parks there. Right now I'm still over on the east where I was before I got the Scamp. But I'm going south a bit more at the end of this week, and it's going to be 60 degrees and really nice. But then I'm going to head off to the west. And what I want to do is go to Arizona, but not with all the people there and everything like that. I just want to visit Sedona. That's my whole goal. And I figured I'd do that in this March, April. And I'm going to spend my time just kind of slowly going across the south of Mexico, trying the different parks and everything along the way here. For future reference, I like to put which the best campsites are and all that stuff. So I'm going to slowly go across here in the, I don't know what the date is, for a month and a half. I'm going to slowly travel around for the next month and a half. I want to see some of the parks here in New Mexico for future reference. And this is where I'm interested in staying right now. So I will work my way across Caballo and Oliver Lee Memorial and Pancha Villa and Rockhound, which I could not for the life of me get anything but one day there. But just kind of slowly go across. And the reason I'm going slowly is I have to stay at least a week or two in each place because it costs a lot of money to drive. So I normally have an allowance for every week, but I blew like the whole month allowance just coming back here from Missouri. It's something, if you're going to go out on the road, that you're going to find out that you can't just drive all over the place, you know? So if I do it slowly, if I work my way from one place, stay a week, get some gas, go to the next place, it's cool. But I wasn't doing that. I was filling up every day coming here over a week, and it's just insane. You can't afford to, I can't afford to do that. So as long as I slowly go across New Mexico, I think I can afford it. And then what's happening is I'm going to do that over the course of March. Oh, then we're February. And then I have it scheduled. I had to make reservations because everything's full at these parks along the way. And so I have it stretched from whatever today is, January something. That was January something. So for about a month and a half. And my last day in New Mexico, if all goes as planned, which is a joke and nothing ever goes as planned, but in my head, I think we can leave. I will start off and take off to Arizona on March 7th. And go up through Tucson, I might spend a little time. It's all according to how warm it is, because I know it gets warm there in March, but I'm early enough, March 7th, that it shouldn't be really hot. And then I want to go up into Sedona and spend the rest of March and April. And it'll be perfect weather. It'll be beautiful there. And I hope everybody in the world isn't there at the same time as me. That's all I can hope for. But it's just something I wanted to do. I'm considering it like my spring trip. And then I'll take another one in the fall. But basically, I've got to stay here, you know, most of the time and not drive a lot. And luckily in New Mexico, the parks are really close to each other. Except for when I go over to Oliver Reed, because I got to go through some mountains to get there. But hopefully it won't be snowing and stuff. Anyway, I'm getting off subject. I'm so sorry. Okay, so that is my plan right now. And maybe I'll do it. Maybe I won't. I could change my mind. That's what's so wonderful about this life. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about is, real quick, is when I was at my niece's house, she gave me some gardening books, some seed books, and that was it. It just, I've got to do it. I've got to have my garden. I only had like a few peppers and tomatoes and some onions last year, and I took them with me up into the mountains, and I just was kind of an experiment. Everything did fine, except the tomatoes got destroyed by hail, but other than that, everything did well. And it's just a part of me. I have to garden. So when I saw those seed books, it just kicked in. So, and now I keep going to the store looking at different things. You know, how am I going to do this? How am I going to pull it off? And I don't want to go on and on this video because it's already getting long. But I will show you an example of, I will be able to do this. And we'll talk about it in another video. But just because I couldn't help myself, I did get a little seed container here. Oh, yeah. But this is silly because this whole container here and this whole container here, these are all full of seeds. So, you know, I happen to know that I was running low on this, so I went ahead, and I think the seeds are pretty old. But I kind of have getting an idea of what I want to do, and of course I can't plant all this stuff. I can't plant watermelon and things like that, but, or most stuff. I can't plant most stuff, okay? But there are some things I want, and I think I can pull off. And I will do a whole nother video on this because this one's getting long, but this is my lifeblood. This is what I love doing the most. And now that, and of course I have to have a challenge. I always have to have a challenge. Now that the van was a challenge, it's over, got it under control. The Scamp, big challenge. My next challenge is to go to Sedona and garden. That is my lifeblood. I just have to dig in the dirt and do this. So it'll be interesting to see what I come up with on the gardening. And I can do this. It will work because the back of my van is now pretty much empty of stuff. So I'm able to take things from one place to another now. Okay. I'm really excited about that. But like I said, I need to do a separate video on that. Okay. Thank you so much for hanging in there. And like I said, I'm sorry again. It's when I get out of this place, I should have better cell reception. I know I don't like to say where I am till I already leave, though I'm sure it'd be fine. But I know the next couple places I'm going, the internet works just fine there, so I shouldn't have trouble doing video. But it's been nice. I mean, I've just been sitting back and enjoying the Scamp and getting the feel of it, and just I really love it in this little trailer. It's just wonderful. And, oh, and one of the I just don't shut up, do I? One of the things that really appeals to me is when I go into town, I don't have to like batten everything down and say sorry cats and take them with me. I just can go into town whenever I want and I can leave them here. It's safe. I'm in a state park. Yeah, so that is one of the cool things that I really love about it. is I can just keep my home in one spot and take off and whenever I feel like it. That's a big deal. Okay, like I said, thank you so much for hanging in there and for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.